Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you're well. We're back in Tiny Zoo today. This is our ever-growing zoo. It's not going to be that tiny really for much longer. I mean, one day, who knows, it might fill the whole map. Probably not though. I think my computer will die a long time before that happens. So today we are going to be putting in a habitat here for the Colombian white-faced Capuchin monkey. Have I got that right? If I have, that's a miracle. Let's have a look. I think I have Colombian white-faced Capuchin monkey. Yeah, there we go. So these adorable little critters are going to be coming into our habitat over here. And as you can see, I've already got a bit of the basic structure in shape. So let me explain my thinking here. So I wanted to go with the bamboo look because it was a look that I hadn't really done in the zoo yet. So their bamboo house is at the end here with their entrance there. Got a couple of windows on the side, so the idea is that I would bring the pathway along the side here, and eventually that path will then loop all the way around the edge of the habitat here, so that people can stop here and look at the animals inside their bedroom area. And then to get out, I've put this window in here. This does change a little bit. I actually shorten it down so it doesn't come up to this end wall here. So the idea was that they would have to climb inside up to here and then come out on some sort of crossing across the water here and onto the island, because these animals thankfully can't swim, so they can't get out. So the idea was that my whole thinking behind the entire thing was that I wanted them to be able to come out of their house over to here on a climbing frame and then have fun on the island and have some climbing frames and things for them out on the island here, and that way I could use the water as a barrier so that I could have the pathway all the way around the outside here and not have any actual fencing between the pathway, the water and the animals. So yeah, that was my thinking behind the whole thing. So you can see I've already got the basic shape in there. Obviously an awful long way to go before it was finished, but I just wanted to sort of test it out at this stage and play around with it a little bit. But yeah, you can see what I was trying to do. It works out really nicely. As I always say, I'm very happy with the result. I wouldn't show it to you if I wasn't. So there we go. So that was the start of the work. Obviously, as we've built these habitats in here, I've had to be changing the wall that was around here. If you remember when I put this I want to say meerkats. It's not meerkats. What are they? The prairie dogs. That's the word I'm looking for. Look, they're starving as well. Nothing's getting fed. I don't know why. It's very annoying. Yeah. So when I put the prairie dogs in, this brown wall, I had continued it all along this side of the fence as well, of the pathway. Sorry, but that's all disappeared now because I've been adding in habitats along here. I kind of learned my lesson now, and don't do this side of the pathway until you know what you're building on this side. That's the lesson I've learned from that. Anyway, let's press on. So let me load up my next save point, shall we? And I will show you what I got up to next. Oh, we have some Capuchin monkeys. Aren't they lovely little things? So they're roaming around. You can see they go into the water just to have a drink, but they don't swim in it, luckily. So they can't escape. They do occasionally escape. In fact, I have even seen one jump across, which is weird because when you go in and select them, it doesn't say that they can do that. It clearly says they can't get out. But there we go, never mind. So what I've done, I put this on the outside here. I'm never too sure with the rules of the game. Now obviously the keepers can't get to this outside area. Yet when you go into the heat map and you say staff traversable area, that shows up as yellow, suggesting that it will be used even though they can't reach it. If they come into the habitat and they want to fill it up, they can do it remotely, essentially. I thought that was how it worked. I don't think it worked like that when the game first came out. I think they changed it at some point so that could happen, so that you didn't have to have the staff access all areas. But it doesn't work. This never gets used. So in the end, I do remove this because it was just pointless having it there if it wasn't being used. You see here, you can see there's food out on the island, but obviously the keeper hasn't put it there. The keeper's put it in there, and it's appeared out here, which I have no problem with. I think that's a good thing for the game to do. But it doesn't seem to work with the enrichment items. I might be wrong. I don't know. I might have just been very unlucky. Let me know in the comments if you've got any thoughts on that. But anyway, the monkeys do come out here. So as you can see, this is their climbing frame. So like I said, I did shorten this opening here just by putting in the extra wall piece there. And then they have their nice wooden log framework that comes out and down onto the island. Most of the work that I've just been doing is in here. So they come in here, they can race down onto the floor here, and I've covered the floor with this tiling. Or, let's see what he does. You see, he can go across there, he can go down into the bed area, or he can continue running along here. It doesn't go anywhere, but it just gives them somewhere extra to climb on, doesn't it? I also had to put in this little ramp here, because stupidly, they couldn't jump. Quite ridiculous. They couldn't jump from the ground onto there. It's very stupid. In fact, I don't know why, but it says now that they look. Clearly, the monkeys can get into this area here because he's there, but it's not showing that they can. It's very temperamental, some of this stuff. See, actually, it's showing that this guy can't get out. Oh, hang on. No, that's why I'm getting confused. I'm on the staff traversable area. Here we go. Let's try that again. Just ignore me. I'm being an idiot. So yeah, they can get under there, of course. But yeah, they couldn't look. They can't climb from there to there. So I had to put a little ramp in for them, which is just ridiculous. I mean, look at that. I mean, a monkey, a tortoise. Let's be honest, a tortoise could probably climb up there. Never mind a monkey. I really have no idea why why that doesn't work. But there we go. Anyway, it's there. There's a couple of lights in here as well. Oh yes, and for some reason I added a fan in here. I don't know why. I just thought the fan looked good with the bamboo effect. So I put the ceiling fan in. Maybe it gets really hot in here, and they just want to cool the monkeys down a bit. Although, to be honest, in real life, you'd probably get the monkeys climbing on the fan, which wouldn't be a good idea, especially if it got turned on. I've also given them a little water pot in the house here as well, just as an extra option rather than going out and drinking the rainwater. Given it a roof as well, simple terracotta roof, nothing fancy going on there. I just thought it looked good with the bamboo. So that's where we're up to now. So like I say, this has to disappear at some point. It doesn't go yet. I do in fact build a sort of a rock structure around it before I decided to get rid of it. So my thinking was that I wanted to do some climbing frames around the edge of the island. Obviously being careful not to build them too far out so they couldn't climb or jump over onto the mainland. I also wanted to make sure I had some trees here and some foliage and lots of enrichment items. So lots to do, lots of detailing to do on the building as well. And then I had to get the path in place and decorate all around that as well. So lots to look at still. So let me move on. Let's load up the next save point and have a look at what I did next. So I've been mainly working on the house in this cut. I have put the pathway in place. So I've gone with this lovely sort of crazy paving look. So that comes obviously by the windows here, and then it just curves around the outside and blends in over here, like so. I didn't put a connection in here, but I probably will do in the future when I end up building something here. I'll probably put a connecting pathway across here. But let's have a look at what I've been doing to the house. So I wanted a little shelter out here for when people are standing looking into the glass there. I also thought if the sun, because clearly the sun is sort of up in the sky over here, that would provide a bit of shelter, a bit of shade for the monkeys as well. So I used these pieces here. It was a bit odd with these pieces though. I couldn't get them to actually connect with each other. So these are just the tiled eaves that I've used on other buildings. So what I had to do was then put some of this giant bamboo downwards as a kind of support mechanism for them, and that didn't quite look right. So then I added in the sideways support beams as well to make it sort of finished off, make it look like a proper supported canopy there. So I think that looks really nice actually. I then put some simple wooden frames on the doors. I also did that on this one here, but this is slightly different. This is a metal frame here, which I let me just see what pieces these were. I can't remember. Yeah, metal beams. I did that because the monkeys are likely to sort of chew on things. So I thought a metal edge to this would make sense. Now obviously in real life the monkeys would get to here and they'd just go, oh, I want to go down, and they'd jump down here and escape. in the game they don't, luckily, so I don't have to worry about it, because I was thinking I'd have to build something around here that would make it look like the monkeys couldn't jump down or whatever, but it isn't the look I was going for, so I'm quite glad I didn't have to do that. But anyway, we got the metal frame in there, and then I've just finished off the base of the building with these solid wooden beams, mainly just to give the bottom of the building a sturdier look. With the bamboo going right to the floor, I just didn't quite like the look of it, so I just wanted to I don't know, sort of make it look a bit chunkier down the bottom. Also added in these nice vertical bamboo beams, these really big thick columns. These are lovely looking things, really, really nice. So those are on all the corners, except for this back one here, which I didn't do because it was here, and I can't remember actually. There was a reason why I didn't add the beam down the middle of this bit here. I can't actually remember why, to be honest. But there we go. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to in this cut. Let me just check inside. Did I do anything else in here? I can't remember. No, not yet. I know I do a little bit more work inside here, but not quite yet. So the window frames here, I had to double these up. So if you look at this, it didn't quite cover inside as well, you see, so I've had to kind of do a double layer. It's the sort of thing you have to pay attention to, so it looks nice from the inside as well as the outside, as much as possible. It's quite funny if you look at the traversable area of these now, because look, these beams, these big bamboo beams, are climbable items, as are these posts that I've used for the frames. So it suggests that the animals can actually climb out and through the walls, and sometimes they can bug. I know I've seen with previous animals where you use climbable pieces to build outside wall areas, they can sort of bug through non-climbable pieces, climb on here, and then jump down and escape. So it does say that they can escape, but so far I haven't actually had any of them get away. So hopefully it's just never going to happen, and the game thinks they can climb out there, but they can't. I hope that's the case anyway. Right, so the building is virtually there now. Like I said, I do make one more little change inside. I had to also just manipulate the corner of the ground here because I wanted this path to connect to the building very close. I didn't want a gap there, but I couldn't quite get it up to this end because the water came in too far, so I did just have to redo this corner here, but that's fine. So yeah, there we go. So that's sort of the building done. Lots of work still to do on the outside, so let's crack on, shall we? So a bit of work done on the outside now. First thing I put in place with this tree, I wanted a really nice substantial tree at this end to kind of balance out the habitat with the building at one end and then the big tree at the other. And then I went with one of my nice umbrella trees in the middle. And the reason I picked this one is because it is climbable, but also you can really see the branches well here. So when the monkeys are climbing in this tree, you can see them. Whereas if they're climbing in one like this, they just disappear in the foliage and you can't really see them. So this is perfect because it provides shade, but it also means that you can see them. And then I wanted to do a climbing frame of some sort of around one half and the end here. So this is what I came up with, just simple climbing beams and platforms coming all the way along here, coming out into the water a little bit, with a couple of the enrichment items on the end here, and they do come right up here and they kick the box off into the water. So yeah, it's good fun. It's it's something that they can enjoy and climb on. They can't escape, luckily. They can't climb and jump over the water or whatever. So that's cool. These balls, now let me show you what I've done in the middle here, because I think this is quite clever. So these balls are meant to live inside a little box. So I've made like a little play area for them. It's literally just 4 planks of wood, but the idea is, because these balls, obviously they're on an island, they're going to just fall and roll into the water all the time. So I thought if I just make this little sort of box for them, then they might stay where they are and give the monkeys a little bit of room to play with their balls. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of like it. I think it works okay. I did originally make it sort of more compact and actually like bring this right in and make it like a proper thing, but it looked a bit too small, so I just thought if I just break that out a little bit, it just gives it a little bit more space. I don't know, I'm not convinced by how it looks, but the idea of it is right. I think it does certainly has potential, I think, as an idea to try and keep the balls in, and it works a lot. You'll often see them kicking the ball around and it just bounces around inside. Look, he's going to show me. He's going to show you. Look at that. That didn't work at all, did it? So this one has now escaped, but this one's still inside. Look, it works, you see? The barrier worked. The ball has not escaped. This one has, and it's back in the water. So yeah, it's never perfect, unfortunately, but you know what? I don't care. It's a bit of fun. I think the enrichment items randomly reset sometimes anyway, so it's fine. You know, it is what it is. I've got a sprinkler out here as well, and then the one change that I did make in the building, which I mentioned in the last cut, was this. I put one of these food ones in here, the what is it? The suspended forager. Now, these are great. These are great pieces, and I wanted one in here because, like I said, putting enrichment items out here, the food ones don't seem to work out on the island. They don't get used, whereas they would do in here. Oh look, we got a monkey in a box. Monkey in a box. Oh yeah, awesome. I love it. I love the interaction. Look at that. That was so good. I love the interaction they have with these boxes. It's so good. Is he going to do more? Or are you bored of your box now? What are you doing? Who are you? What's your name? Earline. That's an interesting name, isn't it? I think it's just staring at the box now. Having a little staring competition with it. Anyway, so what was I talking about? The food thing. Yeah, so unfortunately, when you put one of these down on the floor, it brings the ground underneath up to the level, and I don't think there's a way of stopping that, which is really, really annoying. I really wish you could place these anywhere. So what I've had to do is lift it up off the ground so that it doesn't raise the soil up to its level, and then just build a platform underneath. And it gets used. Look, 13 uses in the last 12 months, so it's fine. I don't mind doing that. I just extended this bedding platform out. It looks absolutely fine. So they have a food and a water source now inside the pen here, and as you can see, they also put food down on the floor. So yeah, it's all good. Have they lost the ball again? They have. Where's it gone this time? Oh no, it's sunken into the ground. Okay, that's not good either, is it? It does. Yeah, I have noticed that they get a little bit confused sometimes and they disappear underground. But never mind, that's life. Right. So that's where we're up to. Yeah. So I didn't want to do this platform kind of. See, look, they're using it. They're using it. Oh yeah, they do use it. See, I mean, they use it really weirdly sometimes, but there we go. I didn't want to do it all the way around. I didn't want to sort of encompass the whole island. I wanted it to just go up and up and up to this nice high point and then stop. So they can actually climb up and down this post because it is just about in the water, but they can access it from the land. So they can just walk. Sometimes they do climb straight up there. They knock this off the top and it falls down into the water, which is absolutely fine. Yeah, so there we go. So, and obviously I did put these rocks in when our foraging station was here, but I've left the rocks, got rid of the foraging station, but the rocks stayed. I thought they looked good there. So there we go. And this is actually, look, playing with the ball again. See, it bounces around inside like a little playpen. It's great. Right, anyway, sorry, I'm going to stop talking about the bouncy balls and let's move on, shall we? So really it's just the outside area that I need to do now, so just a couple more save points I think to show you what I did. Okay, I lied, this is the last save point. So this is our finished enclosure, and as you can see it is quite built up with foliage now. So let's start off with the island. Did I make changes here? I did. I put a bit of bamboo in. I liked the bamboo that I'd used for the building, so I've actually got some proper bamboo in. So we have a few little tufts of bamboo actually over on the island here, and a few little shrubs as well. A few little bits poking into the water too. We've got a couple of lights because it was very dark at night. Not that I really obviously play it at night, but I thought it made sense that there would be potentially a couple of lights out here. Wherever there's water, generally you have lights for health and safety reasons. So let's come back over to the building and see what I've done here. I had this blank wall which I was going to put some media on here about the animals, but actually I decided it was just the right sort of height and shape for some of these boards to go on. So I've got 3 of these just telling people about the environment and whatever. Finished off the bottom here with some rocks because that was all bare under there, so at the edge of the pathway, so I wanted to blend that in. Got a lovely monkey above the door here. I love these little signs. This one is it actually, I think it is the right animal. He's not going to tell me if I highlight that, is it? No. I can't remember if it's... Yeah, it is the Capuchin. There we go. I just wanted to make sure I put the right monkey up there. So there we go. Yes, we got the Capuchin monkey up there. Right, so this side, so this is where I've got the first of the information boards. I've got this lovely tall bamboo along the side of the building there, which I absolutely love. Look at that. Such an impressive plant. Finished off at the bottom with a few little shrubs. Keeping it nice and green, not too much colour along here, and then some more of the faux rocks as well. Continue a bit more bamboo, so we've got a different type of bamboo at the end here, with a few more shrubs. So the rock continues all the way around the whole of the outside of the enclosure. And then I've done it where you've got sort of big what am I trying to say? Like you got the bamboo, so that gives a bit of height and structure, and obviously it blocks your view. But then you've got a nice area here where you can stand and watch. You've got some hydrangeas here. I wanted a little bit of colour because it was a very green area, so the hydrangeas just add a splash of colour, but it means that you can stand here and you can look across the water and you can watch the monkeys over on the island. And as you move around again, you've got some bigger shrubs, but generally you can still see across there, and you've got these nice big open areas here where you can get a nice clear view of the monkeys running around. More hydrangeas for colour here. You've got another information board on the corner. You've got a bench and a bin put over here. Careful not to block these little windows too much, so I'll put it right in the middle here, and I'll put the bin to the side as well. And then as we come around here again, you've got some benches and bins around the outside. You've got more bamboo, some more of the shrubs, hydrangeas. What else did I put in here? Can't remember. The white sage. You've got the scaevola bush there. This is a relatively new one to the game, I believe, this Nitraria retusa bush, which I kind of liked. Also put a few drains in the floor, just keeping up with that little level of extra detailing. So certainly around this side, you'll see the odd drain here and there. And just continued that theme. So not too many different shrubs around the outside here. I've kept them all fairly similar, just four different ones, I think, 4 or 5. I think it looks really nice. Just nice big open areas. You can imagine just sitting down here, sitting down on the bench in the evening sun. Feels like evening sun at the moment. It feels, yeah, it's quite low in the sky over there, isn't it? And just chilling out, watching the monkeys as they go about their playtime over on the island there. And then, yeah, just continued that theme all the way around here, filled in this corner, and then along under here you've got another little monkey sitting up on the wall here on a branch, more of the flat signs that you can do. And then these bamboos, these are more the same tall bamboos here, but what I did with these ones, I just sunk them right down into the ground, just so they form this nice barrier along under here. Kind of makes it look like they're disappearing into the jungle a little bit, doesn't it? And perfect timing, one comes running out there, brilliant. And I kind of like that you've got this big one branch that just comes up here. You've got a couple that appear inside as well. I mean, it's a little bit jungly inside. Actually, I'll be honest, I hadn't actually noticed that was stuck through inside quite so much. So that's not great, I'll be honest. I may just want to, I can probably just move it out a little bit. It's always going to poke through. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? It's going to poke through a bit, but it's not too bad. Yeah, actually that's nice because it just completely hides the land that's along there. It just makes it look like the water just disappears into foliage, which is cool. There we go. So that's that is our little Capuchin monkey habitat. That's all done. I really like this one. I think this has turned out to look really nice. Again, it's pretty different to anything that I've done in the zoo so far. I think it's nice. Quite a unique idea, or maybe not unique. I'm sure plenty of people have done this sort of thing, but it's unique for me anyway, and I've had a lot of fun doing it, which is the main thing. And hopefully you've enjoyed watching me create it. So there we go. If you have enjoyed the episode, please do hit the like button for me. I'd really appreciate that. And if you've got anything to say, please do leave a comment. I do like it when you leave me a comment, whether it's a good one or a bad one. I'm more than open to criticism. But generally I think my work is pretty good, so if you want to say something nice, then I would appreciate that too. It put a smile on my face for the rest of the day if I read a nice comment. Right, so hopefully I will see you again back here in Tiny Zoo very soon. I can't give you a spoiler because I haven't built any more. This is as far as I've got as of recording this episode. Usually I record these things in batches, so I built 5 habitats at once, and then I've just finished recording the 5 commentaries. So this is the 5th commentary that I've done today. So my voice is getting a little bit sore, so I apologise if I sound a bit croaky. But the last 5 episodes of this have all been recorded today. So I will no doubt do another load of building soon, although I like to have a little break in between, get your inspiration flowing again before you crack on with more. So I don't know what I'm going to do next, I'll be honest. I have no idea. I haven't really thought about it yet, so I can't give you any spoilers, I'm afraid, but there will be more, I promise you. And obviously I do all my other series on the channel as well, so if you fancy trying a different game, watching me playing some other strategy games and creative city building games in particular, then please do give some of those a look as well. But yeah, so thank you very much for being here, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon. Until then, do take care of yourselves. Bye for now.